This video shows how to format a table for your manuscript. To begin, let's make the manuscript table in Jamovi. For this demonstration, I am interested in the mean and standard deviation for vocabulary, phoneme elision, morphological awareness, and comprehension by age group. I begin by clicking on age group and the arrow corresponding to split by. I then select my variables: vocabulary, phoneme elision, the morphological awareness variables, as well as comprehension. Make sure that you have clicked on N under sample size, mean under central tendency, and standard deviation under dispersion. Once Jamovi has generated your table, you can right-click and select Copy. Open a blank Excel workbook, click on an empty cell, and click on the option Match Destination Formatting when you paste. What you will notice is that this table is quite clunky and the age groups here have been repeated and are subsequently repeated throughout the table. So we want to make this more reader friendly. And for your manuscript or reports, what you want to do is have your variables as rows and your statistics as columns. So you want to transpose your table. To do this, copy the table, find a blank cell underneath, right-click and select the fourth paste option, which will be transpose. You can then go ahead and delete that old table. You will see that these labels need to be in more appropriate places, and so we just simply copy them and paste them there. Same with standard deviation. We can then delete them. You then want to take your age categories and move them above the statistics labels. Leave a row to insert the number of participants. So we do that by typing N is equal to, for 6 to 8-year-olds, that is 128. For 9 to 11-year-olds, that would be 146. And for 12 to 13-year-olds, that is 147. Okay, you can then go ahead and delete this as you have indicated it above. You can also delete these 3 columns. Okay, but now you will see that here we have the 6 to 8 years mean, and there we have its standard deviation. We want these two to be next to one another. So we right-click on this column, we select Cut, we go next to the column where we want to paste it, right-click and say Insert Cut Cells. Be careful not to just say Paste, as it will paste over the data that is in that column. Do the same for this one. And there we see our age categories are now together for both mean and standard deviation. But we don't need the double labeling as it's redundant. So we say Merge and Center in the Excel ribbon. Do the same for the number of participants. We can then change standard deviation to its statistical abbreviation, SD. I'm not sure why these are in bold, so you want to just unbold all the variable names. You can then delete that descriptives over there, and you can bold these up here. Add a label for the variables. And you can bold that too. Now this isn't very descriptive for your reader, so you want to make it more descriptive, so we give it its full name. Vocabulary, phoneme elision, and comprehension. I will leave the morphological awareness variable names. We also get rid of the blank rows between each variable. Okay, once you've done that, I would like you to format the numeric values. So you click on them, highlight them, right click, say format cells, say number of decimal places is 2, and you say okay. Your table is now ready to be moved to Microsoft Word. So highlight the table, right click copy or cut, up to you. You then go into a blank Microsoft document, right click, and you choose the option keep source formatting. Once you have done that, we format it by having a bottom border and a top border, as well as a bottom border after the statistical labels mean and standard deviation. You will also see that phoneme elision here has gone onto 2 lines, so we don't really want that. So we need to expand this column to ensure that it is only on 1 line. You then want to label this table. So click on the table, click on references, insert a caption, and you'll see that it automatically picks it up as a table with its corresponding number. Give it a descriptive title. Make sure that under label it says table and not figure, and the position it should always be above the selected item. And we say OK. Click on all of this, right click and say distribute columns evenly to ensure that each column is equal. Your table is then ready. There is one thing missing though, and that is that these variable names are very hard for someone who hasn't done the study and labeled the variables as such to understand, so you need to provide a key. So under the table, you would say note. You would take the variable key that has been used, paste it. You can then go to your README document and get the corresponding description. Once I have included that all there, I then want to drag the table so that it fills the page. Again, you want to just make sure that the columns are evenly distributed, so just double check that. And your table is ready. So if we just had to compare this to the Jamovi table, this is our final product, reformatted table, and that was our original output from Jamovi. Which one of these is easier to read? The Jamovi output or the reformatted table? Most definitely the reformatted table. Give it a try yourselves.